In my last video where I tried becoming a Brawlhalla Pro in 7 days, which you should check out after this one if you haven't by the way, I said that I would never play Brawlhalla again unless you guys wanted me to make one more video about me practicing and playing in a tournament, and you guys really wanted it, so here we are. Also, a lot of you guys in the comments said that you were pretty surprised by how good I got in just 7 days, and honestly, thank you for the nice comments, I appreciate them. But even despite that, I know that I'm not anywhere near good at Brawlhalla, okay? I know, I'm not good, and definitely not good enough to do anything at a tournament. So in this video, I'm practicing Brawlhalla for 4 days and then entering a tournament in the hopes of really achieving anything. I hope you enjoy. Now, in order for me to even do this challenge, I need to have a tournament that I can enter. But luckily for me, Summer Champs Europe 2026 was right around the corner. It's an online event for only European players and for all skill levels. So with that, my choice was easily made. I was going to attend the Summer Championship Europe 2026. Now that we've found the tournament, it's actually time to go practice. For those of you who didn't see my last video, in that video I had to decide what character I was gonna main, and my main ended up being Ezio. In that video, I also said that my favorite weapons are sword, katana, orb, and some other ones, but those were the 3 main ones. And a few of you made a good point in the comments saying that, well, if I like sword and guitars the most, why don't I just play a Suri? I only picked characters that were in the free rotation at that moment because I didn't have enough coins to buy multiple characters, and I liked Ezio. I was able to play him, test him out, and I liked him, so that's why I chose Ezio and not a Suri, because I couldn't play a Suri. And yes, I already know that you guys are going to tell me that I can just go into training mode and play the characters there. But back then, I did not know that. I had no clue. Okay, good. Now we got all that out of the way. Now it was time for me to make a decision. The decision of whether I wanted to keep playing Ezio or if I was going to switch to a Suri, like a lot of you suggested. But in the end, I decided to stick with Ezio. I thought about it for a little while, and I thought if I play a Suri, I'm going to have to learn guitars in 3 days. And guitar seems like a pretty hard weapon, and I have no experience with them whatsoever, and learning them in just 3 days is gonna be impossible. So I decided to stick with Ezio. So now that we've done all that, I hopped into training mode for about 10 minutes just to de-rust and get used to the game again, and then I hopped straight into ranked. Since it was the beginning of a new season, I had to do my 10 placement matches still, so I just decided to do those placement matches to see where I would end up. And ideally, I wanted to end up in gold. I'm not gonna lie, I really didn't think I would, but that was the hope. The reason I wanted gold was because that's where I ended up last season when I did my previous video. So getting back to that rank would be pretty good, but hey, there's only one way to find out. It's by doing the placement matches. After doing all my placement matches, I won about 6 out of 10, which was more than I expected, to be honest. I actually expected to lose a lot of my matches. But winning those 6 matches put me at 1559 elo, which is just 15 elo below the peak that I had in my last video. So that was very exciting. There's one problem though. If I want to do anything in this tournament, I am not gonna make it alone. I am not good enough to improve that rapidly in just 4 days. So I decided to reach out to someone who's a lot better at the game than I am. And I mean a lot better. I'm talking top 200 in Europe. I'm talking the best player in Ireland. I'm talking about KD.
Yo, what up? My name's Caden. I'm a Brawlhalla player from Ireland. My peak rank is Valhallan, and I coach people. I'm currently working on getting top 100 PR in Europe, as well as getting Valhallan on every weapon in the game.
See, now this is KD, and he will be my coach for the next 4 days coming up to the tournament. And after my ranked session on day 1, we hopped straight into a call to see what I could improve on, and here's what he said.
Whenever you're in neutral, you seem to just be dashing around. If your opponent lets you take center stage, just take center stage. Just watch what they do. You're allowed to back up, you're allowed to attack. You have so much more freedom when you have more control over the stage. I noticed that with a lot of low elo players, they just attack constantly or on a timer almost. It is fine to just wait. It's okay to be patient and to do nothing and evaluate what your opponent's doing. That's how you find patterns in your opponent when you watch them. You just sit in the middle of the stage in a safe position and watch what happens. I noticed that whenever you're punishing, a lot of the time you'll go for an end light. Whenever you're on sword, end light is good, it's fast, but if you can get D light a lot of the time whenever you punish. Because if you could do D light, it leads into a true combo, so you get 2 hits, whereas if you hit them with end light, you get 1 hit. You do have a really good understanding of the game for somebody who's gold. I feel like you understand neutral and advantage state, disadvantage state, and your options pretty well. I feel like you just need to be a bit more patient and a bit more careful. A lot of the time you're missing opportunities, but I feel like if we sharpen that a little bit, you could be really good because your fundamentals are really solid, but you just need to get into the groove of how to actually play it.
So yeah, as you heard, I still have quite a few things to work on, but he did say that he thinks I understand the game at a fundamental level, which is good. I would say that day 1 went very well and actually quite exceeded my expectations. So let's get on to day 2. Alright, let's hop into day 2. I went into ranked and I did pretty bad. I started off the day with 1544 elo and kinda lost most of my matches and ended up with 1496 elo, which even by my standards is not a lot. After that though, it was once again time to hop into a call with Kadeen to see what I could improve on.
A lot of the time it feels like you fall and do attacks at the same time in neutral. You seem to approach every single time with a falling Sare. Sometimes it's fine to be on the ground. I mean, you should be on the ground most of the time. When you're on the ground, you essentially have every option in the game. But when you put yourself high up in the sky and you fall on Sare, it makes it really predictable when you're going to land, and it means that you have so much less options to deal with your opponent. You seem to like afraid of your opponent. When they give you an opening, when they move badly, whenever they miss attacks, all the time, just take that opportunity and hit them for it. You don't always have to jump away or be afraid that they're going to hit you back. You can stay closer to your opponent. There's a lot of times where you could be a lot closer and you're missing opportunities because you're afraid. You need to change up which way you recover to the stage. It feels like you always end up using your jumps and then using your recovery to kind of curve into the stage, and it makes it so easy for me to hit you. When people start picking up on that, they're going to be able to punish you really hard for when you recover. You're just recovering to the stage the exact same way. Everything you do in this game you have to mix up, because if people start getting a grasp of your habits, they're going to pin you down and it's going to be really hard for you to avoid them hitting you. I noticed that whenever you get hit, a lot of the time you're either dodging in or away. You need to be careful about which way you dodge and changing that up.
So once again, those are quite a few things that I have to improve on. But there is one thing he said that I actually quite resonate with. Whenever I play a game competitively, whether that be Brawlhalla, Street Fighter, Guilty Gear, or any other game for that matter, for some reason, I care so much about my rank in video games. If my rank is not as high as I think it should be, I get very demotivated, very easily frustrated, and sometimes I just straight out give up. Now, I didn't tell Kadeen this, but I think he just said it because it's quite a common struggle, and here's exactly what he said. Your rank is not your identity. He explains this very broad, so I'm going to give you a quick summary of what he said. Simply put, that rank, that number on your profile, that doesn't define who you are or how good at the game you are. And I think I needed that because this is something that I fall victim to very often. Not only that, but Kadeen also said that people very often fall victim to this, where they lose a game to a person and they immediately go, wow, this player was so bad, I easily should have beaten them, and just stuff like that. And the reason that's bad is because subconsciously, it'll make you think, wait, if this guy's trash and I'm losing to him, what does that make me? Does that mean I'm terrible? And I don't think I need to explain to you guys why that is a bad mindset, but he's right, and it is something I really need to work on as well. But after all of these wise words, it was time for me to hop into my second rank session of the day. But this time, just a little wiser. And to my surprise, with my new wisdom, I did pretty damn well. I won a lot of my matches, and I ended up reaching a new peak elo of 1623, which is quite close to plat rank. But sadly for me, that dream was very short-lived, because I went on a losing streak, and at the end of my session, I ended up with 1561 elo. Or well, that was gonna be the case, but then I lost one more match, and I don't even know how to explain why I lost. I'm just gonna show you guys the clip right now. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck that was, but I'm very sure it wasn't a connection issue from my part. I had not had a single problem with my Wi-Fi whatsoever. And in my previous video, actually, if you're gonna watch that one, there was a point where the Brawlhalla servers were down for like 3 or 4 hours. So please, Brawlhalla, fix your servers, man. It's ridiculous. But that was all for day 2. Let's move on to day 3. Quick intermission. If you've made it this far into the video and you've enjoyed it so far, please consider liking and subbing. A lot, and I mean a lot of time and effort goes into these videos, and the support helps me out a lot and is also greatly appreciated. And also leave some tips down below on what I could do better on my content, because I'm always looking to improve. So if you have anything that you think I can do better, leave it down in the comments. I'd be happy to read all of them. Now back to the video. Day 3. We're now over halfway through the challenge and only 2 days away from the tournament. And if I'm being honest, I feel like it's going pretty well. Even though I obviously haven't figured out everything Kadeen has told me and practiced all of it and perfected it, I could feel that I was playing better, and that my understanding of the game was also just getting better. Now, if you watched my last video, you know that one of the goals that I wanted to reach was reaching plat rank, and I never made it there. But today, that's where that all changes, because after just 1 hour of playing ranked, I did it. I reached plat rank. I had been working on reaching platinum even before I started this challenge, so reaching it honestly felt super great. But after that, it was time once again to hop into a call with Kadeen to see what I could do better. This one honestly wasn't that interesting. He mostly just explained to me how certain weapons work because I was struggling against weapons like Scythe and Blasters. So there's not really much to cover here. He basically just showed me what the weapons do, how to fight them, how to avoid their combos, stuff like that. So nothing too interesting for you guys. Now, I want you guys to know something. Obviously, I am not the smartest person on Earth. And usually when people reach a goal or a rank, in this case, in a video game that they've been chasing for a while, when they reach it, they usually take a little break, you know? After they reach it, it's enough for today because they don't want to touch it and possibly lose that rank. But not me. I decided I was feeling great. I decided that it was my time. Plat, I could do better than that. So I decided to get a little more greedy and play some more, because I really thought I could make it further. So I hopped into rank and completely shat the bed. I'm talking about a fart that turned into poop that turned into liquid and stained the bed so bad that we had to throw out the sheets and repaint the walls. When I started playing, I was at 1683 elo, but I lost game after game after game after game and ended up at 1600 elo, which now as I'm reading this is actually not that bad. So maybe my whole poop analogy was a tad little too much. I actually genuinely didn't know that it actually wasn't that bad. Yeah, sorry for that. That might have been a little bit of an exaggeration then, but oh well. Guess that's it for day 3. Let's move on to day 4. We are finally at the last day of the challenge, the tournament day, day 4. And somehow this was the worst day of the entire challenge. Rank didn't go any better than it did yesterday, and I dropped back down to 1583 elo. And I was getting so frustrated with the game again and with myself. The exact thing that I told you guys earlier that Kadeen told me that a lot of people fall victim to, I was falling victim to. And if I'm being honest, I genuinely almost DQ'd from the tournament. I almost didn't show up. I texted Kadeen about that I wanted to DQ from the tournament, and he immediately hopped in a call with me to coach me on how to better preserve my mental state. He ended up convincing me not to drop out of the tournament, which was pretty cool. So you guys should thank him, because without him, I would not have done the tournament and this video would have never come out. And if I'm being honest, I think Kadeen is literally the only thing that has kept me going through this entire challenge. The amount of times that I was so frustrated and felt like giving up, and then the next day I would have a planned session with Kadeen and he'd motivate me and lift me up again to try and do better, is actually incredible. Without him, none of this would have happened. So leave a comment down below showing your appreciation for Kadeen, because he's genuinely awesome. So Kadeen, thank you, bro. You're a real one. Now, let's ask Kadeen how he thinks I'm going to do in the tournament.
How do I think you'll do? I mean, the first round in most of the seasonals is kind of easy, but that's usually low plats. You might get lucky to find a gold, but the problem is, because you have no tournament history, realistically you're going to be matched up against someone who's really good. It's kind of a roll of the dice. You could make it past a round or two. It'll be tough, but I hope to see you make it in the top couple of hundred.
And with that, there was no more time left. The tournament was starting. My first round was against Godwin Q. And you know what? I'll just show you guys the highlights. Yeah, I got my ass beat, bro. Oh my god, it was not even close. Not at all. Like, not even a little bit. I don't think I've been beaten that hard since high school. I got 2-0'd GG easy. Nothing more than that. But to be honest, can you blame me? When I checked this dude's profile, he was in the top 10% of players. And I'm not talking top 10% of Brawlhalla players, because that's like, what, high platinum rank, and I am platinum rank. Platinum rank is top 15%. No, he's in the top 10% of tournament players, which is a very different number than top 10% of all Brawlhalla players. And like, I just reached platinum rank. What am I supposed to do? But anyways, I wasn't out of the tournament just yet. There was still a loser's bracket where I was waiting on my next opponent, which eventually would be TTV Beans 3K, which meant that I still had a chance to redeem myself and get my revenge. Editor, go ahead. Yeah, this one wasn't any better. I got my ass whooped again. It was not close. Honestly, I genuinely tried my best. I genuinely tried my hardest. But it was not even good enough to get a game in. But here's the weird thing. Remember when just a little earlier I was talking about how frustrated I was getting because I kept losing? The weird thing was, even though I got my ass whooped so bad, I didn't feel angry or even frustrated in the slightest. I still had fun. And not only that, I was already in a bad mood from playing ranked. So me being already in a bad mood, getting my ass fucking whooped 2 times and not being angry. And this is when I realized that I actually do enjoy playing this game. I actually do like Brawlhalla. For some reason, 1v1 ranked just gets me worked up. But the tournament was genuinely fun, even though it only lasted like 10 minutes for me. It was still really good. And honestly, shout out to my opponents. They just played way better than I did, and they were pretty damn good at the game. They beat me fair and square. Nothing to say against that. There's one thing I didn't tell you guys yet though, and that's that K-Dean was actually entering the tournament as well. So you might be wondering, how did he do? Well, K-Dean actually ended up placing 65th, which is his best placement yet. He actually got his best placement ever at this tournament, which is fucking incredible. That's amazing. Honestly, I was so happy when I heard that he got top 64. It was incredible. So good job, K-Dean. You did great. But yeah, that was my whole tournament run. I went 0-2, placing 193rd out of 200 something and not winning a single game. And honestly, I'm fine with it. I already didn't expect to win a single game, but I still did it because I thought it would be fun. Now, I know that I went 0-2 in the tournament and that the whole idea behind this video was to show me playing in a tournament, and that didn't happen that much, but that's just how it is. I did shit. I do once again want to give a huge shout out to Kadeen. I know I said this before, but without him, none of this would have ever happened, and the video would have probably not come out. So I really want y'all to show him some love in the comment section. Hey, you know what? Let's ask him what he thought of this experience, having to coach me and playing in a tournament.
Overall, I mean, I love this experience. I love coaching people. It's kind of a passion of mine to teach people, and luckily I'm good enough at Brawlhalla that people want me to coach them. My DMs are always open on Discord. My Discord is Kadeen. Hopefully you'll show that on the screen. If you want coaching, if you want to play, or just want to ask any sort of questions or advice, just hit me up. Shout out to Vexil for featuring me in this video. It's been a really cool opportunity, and yeah, thank you. Also, good job, bro, for making it as far as you did. I know that I'm giving you coaching and all, but it does take real effort and sort of understanding from the person being coached to make such a difference in such time. I feel like you have natural talent, and I hope to see you continue to play this game, bro.
Well, and that was all from Kadeen for now. And if you yourself want any Brawlhalla coaching, you can find some free coaching on a Brawlhalla Discord server. It's very annoying to find, so I'll quickly show you guys how to do it. You just go to the official Brawlhalla server, then go to the help booth channel, click on the pinned messages, and scroll down until you find a pinned message that talks about free coaching. There you can find websites for your region, and sorry to all the Americans out there, Kadeen is only for Europe, even though I do think if you just DM'd him and you could fit a time that worked for you both, he would probably do it. But there are many other talented coaches on there that can help you improve at the game and get you ahead in your Brawlhalla journey. Now, I don't actually know if all of these coaches still do coaching, because Kadeen did tell me that they kind of wiped the entire thing a while ago, but that the Trello website is just still up. But I don't think it would hurt to DM any of the coaches anyways. If they don't do coaching anymore, they'll tell you. And if they do, great. This is just how I got a hold of Kadeen, so I'm showing you guys. Now, once again, I want to give a huge shout out to Kadeen for helping me with this video. DM him on Discord if you want any coaching. He'll happily help as many people as he can. And thank you for helping me make this video. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. Tips in the comments on how to improve my content are always greatly appreciated. And I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye. Hey, so I know this is the end of the video, but quick note. As of this video, I made a Discord that you can join if you want to hang out with my community. I will put the link in the description, and also while you're at it, go follow my Twitch. I stream on there somewhat regularly. That's all I really got for you. Links are in the description. Hope to see you there. Goodbye.